What if you could unlock over 800 horsepower from a BMW M3 just by filling it with a different kind of fuel? This isn't a factory model, it's a twin-turbo monster pushing 830 horsepower, and we just performed the ultimate real-world experiment. We tested this built M3 on standard 93-octane pump gas and then on 100-octane race fuel, pushing it to its absolute limits on the German Autobahn. The difference in power was so dramatic, it defied all our expectations. But here's the real question everyone's afraid to ask. Can you actually run this much power safely on pump gas, or is that a one-way ticket to a blown engine? So what exactly are we looking at here? This started life as a current generation BMW M3, already a legendary performance sedan known for its perfect balance of daily usability and track-ready capability. But the owner and tuning team wanted more, a lot more. This car has been transformed with a full GT3 Evo twin-turbo upgrade, pushing its output to a staggering 830 horsepower. This experiment matters to every car enthusiast because it tackles a fundamental question. What are the real-world gains from race fuel versus what you can get at your local gas station? For anyone who's ever modified their car or wondered about tuning potential, this is the ultimate test. Is that expensive race fuel actually worth it for street use? Or can modern tuning and pump gas get you 90% of the way there? Over the next few minutes, we're not just looking at dyno charts. We took this insane build to the German Autobahn, one of the only places in the world where you can safely explore what 830 horsepower truly feels like at full throttle. We're going to break down everything from the brutal acceleration differences to the surprising reliability factors that could make or break your own dream build. Stick around, because what we discovered about power, safety, and value will change how you think about modifying performance cars forever. Alright, let's dive into what makes this build so special. First, the presence. This car isn't your average M3, it's been completely transformed with wider fenders to house massive Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, a more aggressive front splitter, and a rear diffuser that means serious business. But the real magic is hidden under that carbon fiber hood. The heart of this beast is the fully built S58 engine, now featuring a GT3 Evo twin-turbo upgrade, upgraded fuel pumps, and a robust cooling system to handle the extreme power. This isn't just a simple tune, we're talking about a complete powertrain transformation that turns this M3 from a sports sedan into a supercar killer. Inside, you'll find a perfect blend of luxury and purpose. The M3's excellent digital cockpit remains, but now it's complemented by additional gauges monitoring boost pressure and fuel mixture. The rear seats have been replaced with a half cage, reminding you this is a serious performance machine while still being street legal. But let's get to what you're really here for, the performance numbers. On 93-octane pump gas, the same fuel you can get at any premium pump, this M3 produces an incredible 730 horsepower to the wheels. That's already supercar territory from a simple gas station fill-up. The sensation when you first floor the throttle is absolutely brutal. The twin turbos spool up with ferocious intensity, pinning you to your sports seats as the landscape outside becomes a blur. The exhaust notes transition from a deep burble to an angry scream as you tear through the gears. We're looking at 0 to 60 miles per hour times in the low 2-second range. That's hypercar acceleration from a car you could theoretically drive to work every day. What's truly impressive is how the M3's legendary chassis handles this insane power upgrade. The all-wheel drive system puts the power down remarkably well, and the adaptive suspension keeps the car planted and confident through corners. It doesn't feel like an overpowered monster, it feels like a perfectly balanced weapon. But here's where things get really interesting. When we switched to 100-octane race fuel and activated the specific tune for it, that's when this build revealed its true potential and its hidden dangers. What happened next exceeded all our expectations, but also revealed a critical limitation that could make or break this entire build. We're going to show you the shocking performance difference and the one major drawback that could change everything. Right after this. This is the moment of truth. We've just filled the tank with 100-octane race fuel and loaded the aggressive tune. The difference is immediately apparent. Even at idle, the engine sounds angrier, more urgent. When you floor the throttle on race fuel, the transformation is absolutely shocking. Where the pump gas map felt brutally fast, this feels violently uncontrollable. The turbos spool up with terrifying immediacy, the front end gets light, and the acceleration pins you to your seat with a force that's difficult to describe. We're not just talking about a slight power bump, this is a completely different animal. Image 11, graphic overlay, dyno graph showing 830 WHP. The data doesn't lie. On race fuel, this M3 is now making a bonkers 830 horsepower to the wheels. The 0 to 60 time drops into the 2.3-second range. But the real story is from 60 to 150 miles per hour, where the car simply devours the road with relentless, seemingly endless thrust. When you floor the throttle on race fuel, the transformation is absolutely shocking. Where the pump gas map felt brutally fast, this feels violently uncontrollable. The turbos spool up with terrifying immediacy. the front end gets light, and the acceleration pins you to your seat with a force that's difficult to describe. We're not just talking about a slight power bump, this is a completely different animal. The data doesn't lie. On race fuel, this M3 is now making a bonkers 830 horsepower to the wheels. The 0 to 60 time drops into the 2.3 second range. But the real story is from 60 to 150 miles per hour where the car simply devours the road with relentless, seemingly endless thrust. But here's the shocking revelation that changes everything. To achieve this power safely, the tune has to be so aggressive that the safety margins virtually disappear. We saw cylinder temperatures climbing dangerously high, and the engine management system was working overtime to prevent detonation. This race fuel map lives on the very edge of what the hardware can handle. So here's the climactic conclusion from our testing. While race fuel unlocks absolutely insane power levels, it transforms this M3 from a daily drivable supercar killer into a temperamental beast that demands constant monitoring and carries real reliability risks. This leads to the ultimate question every potential builder needs to answer. Is that extra 100 horsepower worth potentially sacrificing your engine's lifespan and your peace of mind? Or is the pump gas setup actually the smarter, more usable power band for real-world driving? The final verdict in our surprising recommendation about which fuel makes the most sense is coming up right now. So, after pushing this 830 horsepower M3 to its absolute limits, what's the final verdict? The pump gas tune is the brilliant, usable masterpiece. The race fuel map is a thrilling but ultimately impractical party trick. Let's be crystal clear. If you're building a street-driven M3, the 730 horsepower pump gas configuration is the sweet spot. It's already hypercar fast, massively reliable, and you can fuel it anywhere without anxiety. This is the setup for the driving enthusiast who wants devastating performance without the constant worry of engine damage. But here's who should consider the race fuel map: the dedicated track enthusiast, or drag racer, who treats this as a purpose-built machine and understands the risks and costs involved. For this person, those extra 100 horsepower are worth the tremendous mechanical stress and expensive fuel. In today's tuning market, this experiment proves a crucial point. Modern turbocharged engines on quality pump gas can achieve previously unimaginable power levels while maintaining daily driver reliability. The race fuel gains, while impressive on paper, come with diminishing real-world returns and exponential risk. So we leave you with this final thought. In the pursuit of ultimate performance, when does more power stop making a better car and start creating a worse driving experience? Let us know in the comments below. Would you take the reliable 730 horsepower for the street, or gamble for that extra 100 horsepower no matter the cost? If this real-world test helped you understand the true cost of extreme tuning, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content that separates hype from reality. Thanks for watching.